Generic greetings and welcome back to RimWorld. In the previous episode, we were put into a little bit of a bind. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 raiders have turned up, and they're not entirely convinced that the presence of our base should be tolerated, so because of that, they want to steal everything, set it on fire, kill all the colonists, and just generally be a bit of a pest. So we have to resolve that. Now, the advantage is that we do have a fairly decent perimeter wall. It's a double stacker, so you can see 1 and 1 there, and then in between them, we got lots of defenses, and, well, basically these traps, and that should hopefully take care of business. Not so much, because the wall is compromised. There's 2 doors that's been ordered here, and they are no longer there, and that is a bit of a problem, so I need to resolve that as soon as possible, because even though this might be the shortest route, I haven't worked it out, and they might go this way instead. They shouldn't see the trap, so they wouldn't know that this is a problem. So what we need to do very quickly is get these doors built, or what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cancel those, and I'm just going to place some wall across it, because guess what? It's a little bit cheaper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draft every single person, and I will order them to go to there. I want to go over to architect and to orders, and then to chop wood, and then chop all of the wood that may be in and around this area, because we do need some more materials. We also got 2 in there as well, which we will prioritize. So I'll unpause it and they'll crack on and go to there. You can see the raiders are wandering down here. Now, I'm hoping that they'll sit around this area and stage the assault before coming in, but I really don't know if that will be something that happens or not. So I'm just going to undraft people and then just tell them to prioritize to go there. We might be able to... they can't do that. Can they do that? They can cut that tree. That is fine. So there we are. So we're chopping these trees down, and what we'll do, anyone that hasn't got a task inside, we'll send them outside to cut all of those trees and get some resources. Now, not everybody's assigned to plant cutting, so we'll just have to see what we can do. There we are. And I need to make sure that nobody heads outside. So some of these trees have now been done, so I'll order actually Cougar to get that built, and hopefully that will be alright. And I'll say prioritize hauling that, and I want to say prioritize... oh, they're not assigned to building, which is a bit of a problem, but they are assigned to building, which is fine. So that is now done. That wall is now completed there, and hopefully we can get that done like so. Yes, it is. Right, so those just immediately stop and then come back inside. So that now technically should be the base in fine fighting fit order now, I believe. Everybody's going back to bed, which is completely fine. I'm just going to undraft those and then go about their daily business. It has seemed to be staged here. That is a sentence, it's just not exactly constructed correctly. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I was almost about to count the turkey, but unless it's an assault turkey, I don't think we're under much threat from that. So, as you can see, they're hanging around, so they are basically staging, and then they'll be assaulting. A little bit chilly, so you can see some condensation from the breath there. In terms of weapons, they are not greatly armed. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 great bows by the look of it. We can check on the gear there. Recurve bows, okay. So they're actually quite good. And then 2 short bows as well. So we'll see how this one goes. I'm just going to double check, have a look around. I can't see anyone on the outside. Let's just max speed this out and see if they go the way that we expect, which is this way. They can't go that way because there's nothing, there's no reason why they would go that way, because there's nothing they can get to. There's a psychic soothe there for female gender. So that should help us out in the coming couple of days. Just waiting for see what these do. Are they going to assault? I have no idea. Either way, they're going to move off. In terms of building last episode, we managed to get some flooring placed. We got this thing pretty much done. Oh yes, this cooler is in the wrong direction, and I will resolve that shortly. As you can see, they have now begun their assault, and it'll be bam, 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 and they are now running off. There we go. Okay, so we'll unforbid all of that stuff, and that has been taken care of. Excellent. I will now deconstruct this thing here, because the cooler's in the wrong direction. We want to cool this, and we'll spin it round, you see. Now, the problem is removing that straight away. We'll have to quickly rebuild it, because otherwise this place will... actually, no, it's 0 degrees anyway, so the heat is fine. The heat is fine. So, there we are. That is all up and running as far as I can tell. They are building some chairs. We've got things like the electric smelter to be moved and things like that, so we should be fine. We should be fine. We don't really have any great missions to deal with if we go to the world here. Obviously, our long-term goal, which I don't think we will do, is to get over to there, which is where the spaceship is, but like I say, I don't know if we'll be heading that way. We do have some friends to the northwest that we can buy some weapons off, and I'm keen to do that. In order to do that, though, we need stuff to sell, which I think we're brewing beer for that one. It looks like Kelly the squirrel has been... Oh. Has been killed. Did they trigger a trap? Oh, Kelly's triggered the trap. Oh, okay. I mean, that does happen. That is something that can happen, but sadly it's happened then. Okay. Fine. That's not great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct that, and I'm going to deconstruct that once again. The reason I'm guessing they tripped that is because they couldn't go around. Go to research screen because we've just finished, so that is fine. We've got microelectronics there. I want to go for a hospital bed, and we do need the high-tech research bench to do that. We've got long blades, flak armor. I mean, making our own weapons would probably be the way forward, but we need things like precision rifling and stuff like that. Okay. Let's just go for... I think we'll go for flak armor for now. There we are. I just want to check as well, animals, they should all be unrestricted now. There we go. And we do have an ibex. So... Tony. Right. So we'll probably focus... Oh, can we actually train that as well? Yes, we can. We can train it for releasing and for obedience. Not for hauling, though. So you see most of the colonists are going to mine around there. Interesting that we've got a bit of a gap, and then we've got this here. Compacted machinery. I don't know if this would join up. It seems that it sort of should. But we were almost certainly want to... avoid that tunneling in there. I'm just focusing on getting rid of those and putting the doors back in. I mean, in reality, this thing here, I don't know if we'll even fully complete because it doesn't seem to be necessary. I mean, the only reason to do that is so they can go this way and up, but I don't know. We'll see what we get like. So, structures, doors, 1, 2. It says we haven't got enough material, but I mean... There's all that there. I mean, yeah, we've got loads of timber hanging about. We can haul that and such, and we're still making blocks to put the flooring in there. It looks like that hasn't yet been done, so I will see. Probably, where's the land when you need them? You prioritize getting rid of that. That's now being removed. I will place that again in the correct way this time. And it shouldn't take long because they have the resources. And I'll haul that component back in, and then it's job done. I'll set that to the correct temperature though. Both are 21 degrees C. That's fine. Okay, so we have a prisoner rescue request. A prisoner being held by Chaos Rig has managed to steal a radio and call you. Jack is being held at a camp nearby under armed guard. Rescue him, will join the colony. 33-year-old human computer. Okay. Fine if they want to call themselves that, I guess. They better be good at maths, though. It says that there is an enemy outpost guarded there by 4 enemies, and it's not exactly close, is it? I mean, it's probably only... It's about 15 to 20 hexes, but it's through mountains. I wonder how much that would take. Let's just assume we're going to take one person, choose the route there. 4 days there and back. I don't really like the idea of sending at least 4 people there, because, well, we want it ideally 4 versus 4. We'd then also have to take some food and obviously all of the, well, just everything else to deal with that. Medicine, food, I mean, it's a big job. It is quite a big job indeed, actually, so I don't know whether we'll do that. I don't know what we'll do that. I'm going to get LAN up and prioritize on this door. We shouldn't receive another raid for quite some time, but you never know. You never know. So we'll go to chop wood, and there's actually no wood that's choppable around here. Not that it's too much of a problem. So I'm going to shift these over. This is where we've got the chest set there. And I'm just going to put it in the corner. Like so. And I also want to check if we now have... Yes, we do. We have a high-tech research bench, which can go pretty much anywhere it wants. Almost certainly there, though. I'm just going to remove that. Although we have to think a little bit further ahead now, because if you have an area... Have we got the flooring in it? Do we have flooring of that? We have... No, we don't. This cargo pod's dropped. Let's have a quick look. It is... Oh, wake up. It's some drugs. Okay. I'll get Rodriguez to go and haul that. Yes, there's a certain flooring that you get, and I think it's... It'll probably be from hospital bed. Or is it... might be somewhere else, actually. I'm not sure. Anyway, so we've got a shoot frenzy there. She will shoot accurately for the next 8 days. And the flooring is like a clean room, but if you make a specific room that's all clean and such, you get more research, which is good. And I think that's what we'll have to do. The problem is that we've got really nowhere to place it at the moment. This is pretty much sorted. We're not going to alter that, I don't think. This one is sorted. This one is okay. These can expand along. This one is still... Well, it's a place in it. We haven't put the flooring in at the back, but you don't see behind the desk. So where can we place our research bench? I mean, here's a decent idea. Manhunt pack has turned up, and it's manhunting elk. Okay. Fairly noisy, them elk, aren't they? Oh, they shouldn't... Rodriguez, no, you can stay indoors, please. They shouldn't do anything unless they're... Oh, dear. Yeah, they've ran down this way, and one got trapped. That could be... That's a bit of an issue there. Oh, good grief. Anyway, they got trapped. They shouldn't attack anyone unless they see someone. So, we just need to stay inside, really. Yeah, so noisy, them things. That one's also leaking. A little bit. We've got a leaky elk. That noise. That noise is repeated over and over again. Good grief. Where's Nicole going? You're going there. You're not moving. And there's another one. And there we go. Okay. So we might as well then pick up the elk, because we're going to get a lot of resources off them. Meat and things like that. Hunt that elk. Hunt that elk. Because they're already down, it's go up and coup de grace. Job done. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, it would be nice to have an area for research. And I think we could probably just build a little room here. I don't think it would be too much of a problem, would it? Not really. The issue that we do have, though, is that we have not yet got them done, and we really need to redo them spike traps. In terms of building, then, construct. Put land on a 1 priority for that. Then crack on and start building. I mean, there's a lot to build anyway, like flooring and such. Looks like they're putting spike traps down there, so that's good. That's very good. And they're coming out and they pick up the resources there. Oh, that's good. That's fine then. That's fine. Right, so orders. Chop wood. Chop all of that. And that there. Still hesitant about digging further into the mountain. I'm guessing even if we do go straight through, we can just brick it up. But then you've got the whole infestation thing that I don't want to have to deal with. So I'm going to wait until they've at least prioritised some of this. Where is Lan and what they're doing? They're putting flooring in. They are putting flooring in. Shouldn't take too long for flooring to be sorted. I just thought of something actually. We currently, I think everyone's having a, enjoying a couple of beverages there. No, I'm no foul. Yeah, we have another option here. This is where someone is being held prisoner, but we now have an option to research a transport pod, and that could be the way to go. In the long run, it is for sure, because we do need to send people out. Just it's whether or not we decide to whether or not we decide to do it sooner rather than later. Not sure. Not sure. Looks like I was about to say I'm going to get Lan to prioritise these, but I believe they're already working on that anyway. I'll get them to prioritise the building of that. And they'll have bits of wood around the place anyway. Are they going to have a breakfast beer? Yes, that is a beer for breakfast. I mean, we'll not judge. It's fine. Yeah, a couple of beers before you start building spike traps. I mean, that can only go all kinds of wrong, surely. How many beer do we have? Oh, we have 142 beers. So that's a beverage and a couple of beverages there. In terms of our better bench, it does say steel. We can make it out of silver if we wanted to. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. What we might want to do is change this to smelt metal from slag. And we'll say do until we have... research finished flak armor. So do until we have, I don't know, 300, for example. Will it use all kinds of chunks? Oh no, a chunk of steel slag. So, question is there any? That's slate with a bad condition, and I believe it's in a bad condition because it was. Oh, that dropped down anyway, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Oh, there we go. Steel. Ah, there we are. That's fine. That's fine then. So it looks like Cougar's going ahead and sorting that out as well. Okay, that's fine. We've got a caravan request here. Nearby settlement contacts you with a special trade request that would like auto pistol 10 of normal or quality or better. And they will give us a resurrect a mech serum. One new superdose of mechanites to resurrect the dead, administered to a corpse. They repair broken down tissue and kickstart the body back to life. Fortunately, the resurrected some back with a brain damage, blindness, or progressive psychosis. Outcomes are better when the mechanites are administered to a fresh body. If the body is preserved, it can be resurrected long after death. Okay, where are they? They are up there. Okay, and they want pistols. Well, we could do that. Smithy. No, machining table then. Yes, we could. We could make pistols. So, do we want to go down that route? Double check auto pistol. Okay. Wrong one. Auto pistol. Make 12. We might have some. No, we have a machine pistol. No auto pistols. Well, we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to deconstruct... Actually, no, I will cancel that. I want to construct the building for this to be in first. So, wall. Sandstone wall once again. I could put it here. I think it's a 2x5 long. It is 2x5, yes. So, do we just want to make it 5? 5 by mean, do we want to make it sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Just have it like that? Don't see why not. It means you can have other stuff either side of it as well, if need be. There we go. Now we should have some sandstone. Yes, we do. We have a fair bit. We don't have a research project. I'm aware of that. I don't really care. In fact, it's not even a case of really. I definitely don't. I want to get rid of that. And not set any research. Not yet, anyway. Next research we'll make is probably going to be the medical one. And we'll see about that. In terms of... There's been a couple of questions asked about the... how much power we use. Because I'm often toggling on and off the different temperature devices, so whether it be the heater or the cooler, and answer is that we are using our grid excess is quite high, so we're using, well, it says grid excess slash stored. We're storing 2,400 and we got 3 kilowatts excess. So quite frankly, that's quite good. That's a lot. I'm not going to put the flooring in here, by the way, just because... Outdoors in bad temperature. Yes, I'm aware of that. We just need to fix that first. I'm going to not put the flooring in... Oh, hang on, there's a problem. I'm not going to put the flooring in because I want to use that sterile flooring. I might put the research bench here. No, see, if I do that, we won't be able to put the stuff over it. We'll end up having to deconstruct it. Not that that would be a big problem, would it? You know what? I'll place it there, knowing that that's not going to be its final resting place. Reinstall that there. They're going to finish this off, and that's deconstructed. Yeah, that's odd to be deconstructed anyway. And we'll get that... Really want that done quick. And Lan's already coming to do it. Good old Lan. You can always rely on Lan. There we go. And there's that built. We will have some lighting. Just say, we want to build a copy. And we'll just put that around the center. And where do we want to... Well, we need some heaters as well. We haven't done anything with this, just because I really haven't seen a big need for it. There you go. Now, this is diver building this. Hopefully they don't mess it up because, well, that would be suboptimal, wouldn't it? Losing that material. It's built. Excellent. Doesn't currently have any power, but again, that is not too much of a problem. I'm going to run this up there anyway, just because we're eventually going to put batteries on that left-hand side. So... we'll see how that one goes. This is good. We now have a research bench on that, which means research we can go for if we wanted to. Coloured lights, long range, hospital bed, all of that sort of stuff. A moisture pump, multi-analyzer, I think transport pod. So cargo pods have landed. Useful material. Oh, it's tea, and loads of steel as well. So we should prioritise the hauling of that. It's actually miles away, though. That is psychoid tea, though, I believe. Psychite tea, yes. I was about to say that might not be a perfect beverage to wake up to, but, I mean, I think half the colony's drinking beer on the mornings, so, I mean... I mean, yeah. Pick your poison, basically. So I'm going to get purple. We'll tell them to prioritise the hauling of that tea. We'll head off and do that. We should have power shortly, and we'll probably get some research done. Minor break wrist from Squint. Wonder what their beef is. What are they? Recreationally deprived. Variation in recreation needed. That isn't really a that's really a big problem. Could put a telly in. Just want it here. Or do we need to build... Do we need to build another wooden table, really? Reinstall there. Reinstall... Actually, no. Reinstall there. Reinstall there. A geologist named Liliane has crashed in a transport pod nearby. She survived the impact and will be badly wounded. Oh. Also had a relationship effect there. Lilia has a relationship with a colonist. She's Nicole's sister. Oh, okay. Rescue. We don't have any beds to rescue them to. They're just going to put them in there, are they? Okay. Let's see how that one goes on. Let's build a copy here. And then build a copy of all of these. Like so. Then we'll build a copy of that there, and then we'll put the television in. Like so. That should be fine. Oh! Lilia died. Well, that's suboptimal. Bloodless extreme, neck cut, torso scratch, right shoulder stab. Well, that's horrible. That's a shame. We got there really quick as well. That's not good. That's a shame. Anyway, we've got a tube television that we're going to put some things around so they can watch that. The reason I'm building more of these, more seating and such is because we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 colonists and only 8 places to sit, which shouldn't be a problem now because I don't think all of them go in here in like in one lump anyway. If there's a party thrown, again, generally they don't tend to all sit down. You have people standing around and walking around and things like that. So that's none of that's a problem. What is a problem and can be a problem is well, basically if we don't take into account the expansion of this place, which we could go a bit higher than what we have here. So all the defences are in there, which is good. They've all been placed in there as well. And this one is the same. So that's great. That's all good. That's what we wanted. We can put some more in if we do so desire, but I'm going to focus on building the stuff around it, like the wood and such. Silver tile, metal tile. No, we need the tile that's like nice and nice and clean. Looks like nobody's taken the wake up, which is good. In terms of steel, how much do we have? We have 307. That's been smelting the stuff on the smelter, I'm guessing. Indeed, that's exactly what it was. Good. We've got make auto pistol, it says 6 there, so we've been making these pistols. Normal, normal, good, normal, and good. That's actually much better progress than I thought we'd have. So they've been making these very well. That's excellent. That's very good indeed. For the tube television, we do need some components. I believe we do have some, though. Although, he says, without a degree of confidence, do we? We don't have components. Right, we need to find it. Compacted machinery, I believe that's where you get them from. Yes, that is exactly what we want. So we're going to mine all of that. I could go into orders, but it's only those. And there we are. Those have been hors d'oeuvred. Right. So that's secure. That's fine. They are heading down here to pick up. What's that? Oh, the sandstone chunks and such. Oh yeah, I guess they are focused on that sort of thing. Looks like Purple's having a beer. It's nice to see that the walkway has been put in quite nicely. Let's go to slate flagstone. We'll put that in along to there. That's fine. We haven't got them up and around there, but we don't need it. You can see that all of that is now pretty much sorted. Look at that. That's all been populated. So what I'll do, I think, then, is in terms of hauling, then, we don't. Oh no, that's fine. Cleaning first, then hauling. No, that's acceptable. That's acceptable. Lands on construct 2, but we can change that to 1. We'll change it to 2. Don't particularly need to do that. I think we'll be mining already. Yeah, mining is already underway, which is good. So research is going very quick, actually. I wouldn't expect it to be almost completed. But it is steel high-tech research bench. So it requires power, but it's also very quick. So we now have the transport pods. I'm going to go for hospital bed. Start to research that. And we can now make a pod launcher. We also have comms consoles as well. It would be an idea to place one of these in... Ooh, okay. I think the comms console in here is probably the way to go. We'll place it there. There for now. Again, these are probably temporary areas, but we'll place it there. And we do need an orbital beacon. So I'll place an orbital beacon there and... 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and there it goes there. Orbital beacon there, and an orbital beacon in there. And that means that if there's any traders going by, we'll be able to talk to them. This is good. We also have a pod launcher as well, which we can make, and send people elsewhere. If I have used the pod launcher, it's been quite a while, and certainly not in my latest playthroughs, so... It'll be interesting seeing if that functions. In terms of food, how are we doing? Yeah, quite well. That's okay. In terms of the weapons, we got 6 of them. How long did it say it was going to take? Which one was it, though? I can't remember. How long is the rescue? 20 days left. Auto pistol. They require 10 of them? And I've got 23 days. The problem is launching that pod over there. Actually, I'll have to work out how long it takes to get there. And then I'll end up launching the pod. And then I'll have to walk back. Because we can't make cars, apparently. Or motorbikes, or insert other generic transportational vessel here. Which is a bit of a problem. It is a bit of a problem. There's some alpacas there, which I think we'll try and tame them alpacas because they are really, really useful for transporting stuff. I don't know what would happen if we tried to launch the alpaca with the transport pod. I would imagine it would be a little bit disconcerting for an animal. Especially without prior training, so we may avoid that. We'll see how we go on with that one. The tube television is now in, by the way, and it's apparently it's in a very impressive dining room. The problem with it is it's not powered up yet, so we'll put a plug on it, and we'll see how we get on with that one. Looks like that is tamed. We have successfully tamed alpaca. Okay, well, it's an alpaca, so we'll put on that. Training, just because I like to train them just to level up the training. I'm going to call it Al. Al? Yeah, we'll call it Al. I had an alpaca and I called it Llama, and it was just very, very confusing. Anyway, so 2 colonists are idle. Why are they idle? They are looking for components, so I'm going to look for components then. There's some there, and I'm just going to see if there's anything closer to home. Well, there is that there. That's gold, I'll dig that out. Component there. Component there. Okay. I'll let them mine that just in case there's anything behind it. And they'll crack on. You can see Lan and Nicole are heading off. There you go. So you can see how dense that is, that compacted machinery. One colonist idle, purple. What, have they literally got nothing else to do? Okay. Work. Purple. They're on construct. They're on growing. They're on plant cutting. Hauling. They're not... Okay, they're on hauling. Well, if you want a task to do then, there's some metal around here somewhere. Unless it's been picked up. I think it has been picked up, actually. Oh. Ooh. Was that always there? I was aware of that one. Memory fails me. I don't know whether I noticed that big one there. You notice there's still a lot of corpses around, skeletons all over the place, just because it's from that horrible spread of toxic, noxious gases earlier. Anyway, purple. Let's set them to... They're not on cook or hunt or they're on grow, plant cutting. I guess. Harvest. Do that. I thought that would be classed as... There you go. That is classed as cutting. There you go. They're going to do one and then clean up again. Most clean. It is their purpose in life, to clean. Fair enough. Ooh, cancel that. Mine those. And then we'll have enough components for that. Looks like the orbital beacons are in... I think one time or another... You had to... Yeah, one time or another, I believe you used to have that outside. But no longer. It's a bit of a nightmare, that's for sure. So I've ordered some cutting of plants, and looks like we are now getting our comms console up and running. So, I think we'll have a little chat. So, we can contact any of these, but the main thing I was looking for in this list was a ship in orbit, but there isn't any. So, you can see we have a little chat here, or having a little chat rather, with the Northwestern Unpronounceables, and you can see their goodwill is 17, and Brazos Baz Wheeler greets Nicole and asks what our business. We can either request military aid, cost of 25 goodwill and must be an ally, or request a caravan and we're not an ally. So we need to increase goodwill somehow, but it's like nice to know at least the comms console works. Right, I think we will leave it there. I'm glad we've got that now up and running. We now have some level of advanced technology in this place, which is good. Previously, the most advanced piece of technology we had was probably that telescope. But we now have this, so we've got that going for us, which is nice. And the main thing, we didn't have utter chaos with the assault there, and a large piece of ancient ship has crashed nearby. A mysterious influence will kill all plants in an expanding circle around itself. Destroy it as soon as possible, but beware, it will probably defend itself. Right, so we'll deal with that next episode then. Oh, good grief. We've got a bit of ship, and it's emitting a sonic pulse that's killing things, and it will defend itself, and I have no idea what that means. So, next episode's going to be interesting. Well, eventful if nothing else. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.